Hello, this is Luke, doing a 2-week review of the Warrior Ultra. Um, I'm a maintenance technician at a manufacturing facility, so I was selected to be one of the testers. Put my application in, and they picked me, so pretty excited. And I was very excited when I found out that the mystery light they wanted us to test was one of my favorite lines of lights, the Warrior series by Olight. Um, have a little bit of history. Carried the M2R Pro Warrior for about a year, and then when the Warrior 3 came out, I carried that for about 2 years at work. So have a history carrying that. Right now I'm carrying the Warrior X4, that holster, and simple tail switch UI, no procs, really works for me. But still a big fan of the Warrior, the regular Warrior series. It fits most of my criteria for a primary flashlight. It's at least as wide as my hand, so I can hold it real well. Has a tail switch, so it's super easy to find. You're not gonna miss the light switch. Side switch is nice for backup, but trying to pull it out and find that side switch can be a little hard sometimes. So having that tail switch is something I really like. And then it's also rechargeable, so pretty nice to have a rechargeable light. I've used battery operated ones before, like alkaline battery. They're nice, but not as nice as a rechargeable one. This one charges up decently fast. I've had some in the past took 10 plus hours to charge, and that's not great. So this works really well. The beam also works well. It has the kind of a mix of a throw and a flood. You have that hot spot in the middle, so when you need to find that steam leak or you're tracing a wire through Panduit or something, you can kind of put that beam on it and figure out where it's coming from or where it's going. And then you have some of that area lighting, the flood, so that what's around it is also lit up. So that's pretty nice. And so in the maintenance field, having a good light can really be useful. It's right up there with having a terminal screwdriver and an adjustable hammer. Very useful tool. So I'm a little picky about my lights. Someone might call it a little autistic. So I like the flashlights, and the Warrior series is one of my favorites. So when it comes to the light, it's basically a Warrior 3 or a 3S light, just with added features. It's got that OAL finish to it. It's made of OAL material. Apparently the side switch is also OAL. So, but instead of being the rubber of the previous models, it's metal button, which is nice. The texturing on the barrel of the light is more grip. I really have a hard time dropping this light. I think I've dropped it a grand total of once in 2 weeks, so that's vast improvement over my other lights. The texturing on the button is fantastic. It just feels better, and it looks neat. It is the older style tail switch, similar to the 3 and 3S. Some people don't like that because of the metal shavings. I haven't had too difficult time getting the metal shavings off. Most of it will brush off with using the thumb. I did get the little ones out. I did take some compressed air, and it has a little buildup in there now, but it doesn't. I don't have any issues clicking it. Have yet to have issues there, so it's pretty solid tail switch. I've carried the 3S for 2 years, never had an issue with it. So, I've carried the 3, not 3S. Sorry. Unfortunately, with the 3S and the Ultra, it has that proc switch that messes with me trying to look through guarding. So I'm not huge on that, but the at least with the Ultra, the side switch pretty big, easy to find. So if you have to override the procs, you can double click it while it's dimmed down, and it'll override it. It's not too bad. Some people really felt passionate about being able to horizontally mount that, stick it to a piece of metal. It's a bit big of a light for that. Ordinarily, I would suggest something like an arc flex for that kind of work, but it is possible. The way you do that, upside down pyramid. Pick one of these, point it down, the two up. It will, if you have a good metal surface, it will adhere. It will sit, mount horizontally. It will, if you bump it, it will fall down. So, do I suggest horizontal? No. Will it work? It can. Vertical, no problem. If you have a good metal surface, it'll stick to it, no problem. But that horizontal's kind of difficult. It does have a glass lens, so that can help with scratch resistance, which is really important with that proc switch. I have a Mini 3 that something scratched the lens, and now it wants to dim all the time. So not scratching your lens is kind of important. I prefer to belt carry this partially for that reason. Also easier to pull out. But overall, pretty great light. I've enjoyed my experience with it. I've covered it in grease, covered it in oil, dunked it in hydraulic fluid. No issues. It keeps running. I've dropped it a grand total of once in 2 weeks. Way better, feel wise because of that. This just, you can hold on to this a lot easier. And the finish actually has, I don't know, kind of a leathery kind of feel to it. It's not as slick as some of the other ones. So it's pretty nice. It looks fantastic, and it works. It would be a very good working light. Will it get some wear if you use it long enough? Absolutely. But what good is a light if you're not using it? Do you want to use this versus another one? Maybe this is one it looks so nice you want to carry it on Sunday, or maybe you don't want to work with it. Both are great applications for it. Wouldn't have a problem doing either one. I've actually done both. So, very good light. If this is the kind of light you like, tail switch, good size, good runtime, can't beat it. So that's my 2-week review of the Warrior Ultra. Hope you have a great day.